Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm Farmer Clay, and today we are working on a green critter in my shop. I'm not super versed in them because we've never had them, but I'm doing this for a friend of mine, and known him quite a while. Pretty good guy. So it's his tractor is having issues. Had a clutch done in it last year and was having some shifting issues in it. We didn't know if it was synchros or linkage. I'm leaning more towards it's probably linkage issues. So I've started tearing into it. I was running it the other day and my audio went out, my GoPro broke. Had to order a part. I'll probably maybe do some voiceover stuff. I'll try that. I've never done that before, so maybe I'll try that. It might work, might not, we'll see. I'm kind of explaining what I was seeing and what I was doing as I was going through, and it might actually work a little better doing that because there's a lot more action and movement in that than me standing here yakking at you. So, but here it is. It's a little John Deere 3010. Like I said, I've already been in this quite a ways. So I already got the cover pulled. When I got in there, and I'll explain it in the thing, but yeah, when I got in there, I saw that these were spread and one of those had slipped on out. And I didn't think it should have been that way, but John Deere guys, I'm gonna put this up and you guys help me out and tell me if that's, if you think that's something that's there or not, that's the issue or the culprit. I got a couple of things I gotta kind of do. He's having issues with the PTO engaging. He says it's really hard. He's tried adjusting it a few times. So for today, what I'm gonna work on right now is, I'm going to fix, this is what they call the quadrants. I'm going to go through and identify everything I need for this for bushings and materials. I'm going to maybe look at making 2 new rods that go from both of these rods. From that pin there, that goes on down. As you can see, these rods are just chewed up really badly. And so I want to take the slop out of all of that. So I'm going to look at building 2 new rods for that. And then I'm going to look at putting bushings in the ends of these. I know we can get them used, but the chances of you get them used is that sometimes they're worse shaped than the one you got. So I'm going to get these cleaned up and then I might drill them out and put in some bushings in there to make them fit tighter. So I'm going to get those cleaned up here now and I will be back with you in a sec. GoPro, stop recording. So here's where I'm pointing out where that disc had slipped down between the 2 clutch packs there. So a section of it. So I think there's some detents and springs in there supposed to hold it in, but I believe that's part of the failure there at this point. You can see there that they're moving inside, but it won't allow it to slide forward and back until I move one of them on over, and then it'll clear the teeth to slide and engage forward. Alright, so what I got going on here is I got some brass chucked up in there. I just got it squeezed in. I'm going to try to get it down small enough. I took a 7/16 drill bit and I cleaned this hole up really nicely in here. Got it all rounded out nice and pretty again. And I'm going to it's going to be a thinner bushing. Probably not the right thing to do, but I'm going to get it to be press fit and I'm going to Loctite it in so hopefully it'll stay in. That's my game, is to do that. I just got some small bushings from Tractor Supply right here, little bronze bushing. I just got to take the OD down a little bit because it's a 1/2 inch OD and I just didn't, this is a 1/2 inch bit there, I just didn't want to take that much meat out of that. So I'm going to try this, see if this works, and if it does, then I'll probably follow suit with that. I think I could get that one pretty rounded again. I mean, there's not a lot of shoulder there, but this thing's been broken before. You can see there is a crack down on the bottom there. See the crack in there. Yeah, right there. So somebody's welded before me. I'm just trying to prolong the life of these before we have to try to find used ones. So that's what I'm going to go try to do here now. So. Take it first. I think it's 427. Well, it's at 440 right now on this one, and I think I'm right there at it. .441 is where I'm at, so I just want a snug fit to go in. I don't think I'm quite there yet on that. Now I'm an expert at running my lathe because I watch cutting edge engineering out of Australia. And since I'm an avid YouTuber of Curtis down there, this makes me an expert with my lathe. Full disclaimer, I don't know what the heck I'm doing half the time. I just fake it till I make it. Let me turn a little more light on over here. I'm gonna have to take a little more off. My math's backwards. I'm doing backwards schmath. So since I don't have a bite on that, it's just sliding on that rod there. I'm just using friction of this pushing in to hold it. So I'm just gonna clean it up with some emery cloth, make it look pretty. I'll cut off the two larger ends. I might. Well, it fits in there, but it's a bit loose. So there it is. Let's see here. You can see it there. It's not super thick, but it doesn't go through a lot of stress, but it doesn't need, I can't have slop in it for that synchro transmission. So, I mean, it was already a damaged part. It was worth the shot to try it. I think it works pretty good. I have some rod here. I haven't deburred the end of that rod yet, so that's, there it goes. Hang on here. Put you down, I'll put you in the vise. I gotta deburr the end of that or else I'm gonna tear up my brass bushing. So she's a little snug, but I like that. It moves. I got no back and forth on it. Any wiggle you see right now is just the rod and the vise moving. Spins around just like it should. Well, it doesn't spin. The most this really does is so it just systematically just goes back and forth, but it now has a brass bushing in there. So that one's done. Now I got to do this guy. He might be a bit trickier, but we'll see if I can't get him done. I will admit that my first one got too sloppy. So I took the second one and I used that. But like that first one, I might be able to use it in that guy. I did split it there. Yeah, when I was trying something there, you can see there's a split. Yeah, right there. I was trying something, so I'll pick up one or two more tomorrow, maybe 3. And I will get this laid in the drill press, level it up as best I can. And then this one here has a hole that goes through and through on it. So once I get that brass bushing in there, I'll get it tapped, and then I will take my rod and I gotta get in the lathe and I gotta put a notch in there for that roll pin to go into. And so once I get that in there, I'll mark it. So that goes in like that, and there's a notch in there that rolls around on. That's how that one's secured. This one here just goes through and just has a cotter pin on it. So this one here, I need to put a notch in it. So that way when I bend this at a 90, then it's good to go. But I also got to thread the other end of it and get that all nice and pretty for the top. So I need to measure how much I need for threads up here, which looks about 1.5 inches of threads. So I'll get those pulled out, get those measured up. This has a little play in it, but every little, I mean, you get a 1/16 here and a 1/16 there, and you know, a 1/4 inch down here. I mean, you can just see how that guy here is just totally ate out on that bottom. And this is the one that goes in for the, that has the ring in it. I mean, you can see just how hammered that all is. So, I'll get 2 new rods made on that. And see, and those both go right here. One goes there, one goes there. And that's how you shift this. So I'm hoping that by fixing just the rods alone should tighten it up a bunch by getting them built. But I'll get into this here. That's probably gonna be another video. I'm trying to keep my videos to like 20 minutes. So this here will be the other guy that I need to go through and clean up. They say this block right here is what you really want to replace just inside there, but everything else, I mean, it's not, there's some play on it. That isn't overly worn here. I mean, I could weld it and build it up like a lot of the guys say do, so I might lay some thin metal on it and weld it all up, or I just might weld it up and grind her down and call her good and square it up that way. And I think this would look really cool in Massey Ferguson red. I mean, I might have to go consult my AGCO dealer if it's worthy enough for this John Deere. But don't hate on me, guys, I'm just teasing. This is actually a remarkably well-built tractor for what it is. I'm sure it has problems. I'm sure you Deere guys will correct me on all that. I'm not a Deere guy. My first green tractor was an Oliver. It was my grandpa's 77 that I restored as a kid. I say a kid, but like, you know, 19 years old. So I restored that one and still have it. It still runs. Got to do a little work on it, and hopefully I'll get that done this summer too. But yeah, I know John Deere's, they're a tractor that have been out there for a long time. They seem to have their stuff together. The transmission of this is really cool. The design on it and the gearing and everything in there, because the gears don't lock it. They're constant mesh gears, so you don't have to mess around with worry about your gears getting chipped so much. It's the synchro shifters and all that, and those there with the little teeth on the synchro shifters, they're all in really good shape on this. So this is a really good tractor for this guy. It just needs a little bit of love. The other one he wants to do, I believe this John Deere calls out the rock shaft that goes through. He wants to redo these seals, and there's some bushings inside there that I'm pushing for him to get done too, because I think he did these seals, but I think the bushings are worn and just took out his seals, so need to, that'll be another project there too. So if anybody out there knows more about this 3010 than I do, by all means, comment. If I'm doing something wrong, please, by all means, tell me. I can only get better if people, you know, people that know more inform me. I won't be upset by any of it. If I'm doing something so catastrophically wrong that you feel the need to tell me I'm an idiot, I can handle it. I'm a big boy. So with that, thank you for watching. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. I don't get anything from it, but it makes me feel kind of special. Hits me right there in the feelers. So thanks for watching.